Yeah, back in the lab. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got a great show planned for you guys tonight, and I think it's something that's need to be addressed. We talk about it a lot, but we joke about it. But I seriously want to have a deeper conversation about the subject matter, and that is, we're asking the question, why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? Why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? Because I want to ask everybody something, when did being grown mean stop growing up?
That's been like that.
Because what I'm seeing right now is a lot of adults that are getting older, but nobody really getting wiser. And people do a lot of stuff for attention instead of just things that focus on make sure things get resolved or get done.
Right.
And I think it's impacting us in a very negative way because younger people see it. Because when we do things, we continue to do it, we create what we call standards. Because you can say certain things, whatever, but at the end of the day, we know children can hear what we say, but at the end of the day, they see what we do. And if their eyes are seeing something, but the ears are seeing something different, they focus on the eyes. Right. So I just want to have that conversation of why grown adults still acting like kids on social media. Right. And guys, feel free to call in because I want it to be a shared conversation because I know a lot of people got different opinions about it and everything. I ain't judging nobody.
Right.
I ain't saying this, that, and that. I ain't even saying my way the right way. We just having a discussion. Okay. We stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Change the Lives YouTube channel where we talk about personal development, personal growth, parenting. I give a lot of things from a perspective of a single black father. But we got a good discussion tonight. And feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my producer, DJ Lab.
Welcome back, brother. It's another great Thursday. Nice summer day outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're almost in that sundress and shea butter weather. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a hot summer.
Yeah, y'all ladies go and get a razor blade so I can shave them hairy legs. We don't need to see Captain Crane, man. God. Hey. Yeah, no. We don't need to see them Chewbacca legs or something. Shave them. Yes, sir. Sundress and shea butter. That's what we want to see. Shiny thighs. Man, let me get that ass back on subject.
Right.
Oh, man. I started getting warm. Lab. It started beating on my head. Hey, man. Hey, y'all know we have fun up in here. And but again, guys, feel free to call in. The call-in number is 678-740-9894. That's 678-740-9894. Why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? And it's a rainbow reason. But the first one I want to go over is
say how sleep now.
Oh man, God. I want to say what's up to my house producer, DJ Lab. I'm sorry, I ain't even spoke to your ass.
You spoke to me.
I spoke to you, but also my other producer, Slick 316. I'm sorry, Reek. Reek, I just hyped. While we're on the subject matter, if you haven't noticed, all the new furniture,
right,
all the new decor. Yes, sir. I posted the video on my social media.
Oh, really?
With you did the other day with everything had the new stuff coming. Well, I look good on this. Yes, sir.
Right.
And trust me, it feels just as good as it looks.
Right.
Man, yeah. What's up, Rick? I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. I was just ready to get started, man.
Right.
But when you start thinking about it, lab and stuff, we see videos, we see people doing certain things, certain behaviors out of adults, and in regards to behavior-wise social media. What do you normally think about when you see some stuff like, man, this just?
I think a lot of times it's just attention, especially when it's on social media. I think it's more of trying to get attention on social media. But then when you just see it in general, you know, me and Slick had this discussion. Sometimes people just don't grow up. You know, they be 50 years old still act like they 25.
Yeah.
You know, it could be the environment, it could be how they feel, but sometimes people just don't grow up. You know, mentally, I guess you could say. Hey, mama.
Hey, what's up, mama? What's going on? No, you're right about that, man.
Yeah.
And you'll really probably have a damn stroke trying to figure out what the hell going on between people's ears.
Right.
For certain stuff.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think environment can play a role in that too? Like, you know, like I'm 55 and I just don't think me at 55. Now I could be wrong, you know. I don't think me at 55 should be in the club, you know, still clubbing. I just don't think I should be doing it unless I'm DJing or something. But other than that, I don't think I should be frequenting clubs. That's just my opinion.
Well, to answer your question in regards to the environment play a factor in everything, I say no, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say this is because people know when they act right.
Mm-hmm.
So I done seen plenty of brothers when you have a conversation with them, you know, they'll just be lax and say certain things to you. You're speaking in general,
right?
But it's something about when they get around this thing called a white person, the verbiage change, behavior change, this, that, and that.
Mm-hmm.
How many times you seen people that can just be one way, and then all of a sudden, you know, police pull them over, sir, ma'am.
Right.
They get correct. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say people know and act right. Right. You know, some people, you know, of course, got some issues upstairs. Mm-hmm. Like my grandma said, a little touch.
Right.
And they don't process and everything. But I think for the most part, people know how to act. So we just say upbringing, whatever. People know when to do it. And when you don't know how to conform and deal with people, they got places like called jail. You know what I'm saying? Right. We're doing it. But for the most part, I do think that people can make decisions on how they want to interact with people and how they want to do certain stuff. That's just my personal opinion. Because we can, regardless of where you're from. You guys, like I said, some folks they off. Right. So, you know, let's take them out of the mix. But overall, people know because, you know, again, you know, you can go through paths in life. Well, look, I'm just going to say what I want to say to my supervisor. I'm going to do what I want to do. You're going to lose your job. And at some point, you get tired of whatever, and then you straighten out, however that is. That might be when you're younger, you may be an old fool, still getting laid off from your job and everything. But typically, regardless of where you're from, people actually know how to adjust and conform. Now, your capacity-wise, what you could do from a skill set standpoint, that can vary. But it's just functioning in society. People just make
functioning.
Yeah. People just make decisions.
I always wonder, you know.
That's my opinion.
I understand that. I always wonder when you see certain people, or you hang around certain people, and you know you doing things, you know, the way you do it, and everybody's not the same. Of course, we know this, but and you like, well, why, you know, why they acting like that? Why would they say that? Why would they do certain things? And sometimes, like, I believe that I thought it was the environment, but you just explained that away. Not necessarily the environment, but maybe the company that they keep. You know what I'm saying? Like the company they keep can, you know what I'm saying? Like
I got some ignorant ass friends. And they're my friends for this.
Right.
I got professional friends. So my best friend, ignorant.
Okay.
IGNANT.
Right.
Ignorant.
Okay.
So but they're friends to respect what I do, I respect how they do, we don't judge or whatever. So now that's a cop out.
Okay.
That's a cop out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they, you know, people say, well, the company you keep now. Sometimes if you have a friend or people you associate with, it can kind of put you in bad situations because things they doing. That's more on you, in my personal opinion. Like
so what you saying, if they do have that kind of friendship, they should know that, you know, that hey, that may not be conducive to what I got going on. That might not be safe for my future.
Your true friend gonna respect it.
Right.
Your true friend gonna respect it. They're gonna let you get in certain situations. But you know, y'all might be friends enough to go be at home playing on the PlayStation or whatever y'all did stay in there. But everybody know how to kind of separate stuff when it gets to a point where one thing can affect the other. That's usually kind of where the friendships evolve, where you just don't hang with them no more. You love them from a distance. Right. But I just think that'd be a cop out. You know, let me tell you something. I think when I talked about the, I won't get too far off subject, but it was a video a mother was posting about her son got arrested, and she told my son was hanging with the wrong crowd, and I responded to the thread because there was all these different mothers saying, and my son allegedly, your son
Right.
robbed the lady.
Right.
The flip side of it is, I have a problem when people use to hang with the wrong crowd
Mhm.
because you probably could call them saying, them boys probably call you mom and your son call their mama mom.
Mhm.
And nobody the wrong crowd until you get in trouble, whatever.
Right.
Them your son friends.
And
And
they
they all
mom
doing
probably
the
said the same thing about them.
Yeah, exactly.
They got that your son was the wrong crowd.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I believe the same boys done called you mom before and vice versa. They just all bad.
Yeah.
On it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But I got about 5 points what I want to go over
Okay.
in regards to when we going over these things of why adults, acting like social media, acting like kids on social media, and also maybe to give solutions or how we can remedy some of this stuff. And the first one being, age, doesn't equal maturity.
Right.
People have to understand that. That's the thing about it. There are a lot of, silly, immature,
right,
older men out here,
right,
and women. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You just you see it.
Mhm.
You see it in everything. And that's not a slight to talk. And I'm not what I don't want to do. I don't want to get anything say, okay, this person because they're more educated, they got this better job, they smart or whatever, this, that, and that. We're talking about plain old common sense.
Mhm.
Like some people just, no matter how old they are, they used to. I see this shit with the all these damn hip hop shows, the guys coming out of prison,
Mhm.
they talking about how they sold dope in the 80s and all this shit. And they talking like they really still back in there. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking like, man, I lost half my damn life. I ain't seen the kids grow up.
Right.
Like, everybody got a different way they approach it. But it's more of an interest because you're making money to glorify that stupid shit as opposed to make an impact and tell younger folks don't do it.
Right.
But they still talking about this. I hear folks talking about, the trap, this, that, and that. The whole, when folks glorify that whole trap area. And what I remember in the 90s seeing the trap, I don't know what anybody would want to glorify because trap screwed your mama, the trap screwed your sister, trap robbed you. The trap sit there and did all kind of sinister stuff. I don't think these guys, like I said,
really think about it.
I don't even think they think about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you grew up in probably most inner cities in the 90s. You got some shape form PTSD.
Right.
Because if you seen your mama selling herself for $10, $20 and you to your classmates, like a lot of cash was, whatever, that's it. You don't come back from that.
Yeah,
you dig what I'm saying?
Comeback.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of cats seeing that. They seeing their dad is geeked up. They seeing uncles and grandmamas and all everybody getting whatever. And I don't know what will be the point to glorify. You know what I'm saying? And when I see older men talk about that, we were making this, we were doing this, we were doing that. Yeah, you did that, but you lost half of your life behind them bars. You didn't see your kids raised. You just like I can't process that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The things that I did in my life that I made mistakes for, if I bring it up, I'm bringing it out to say, okay, I learned from this.
Not correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're 14, 15 years old, you're sitting down there graded. I know next time to put a rubber on. She got me.
Right.
She got me. She got me.
Right.
She got me. She got you too, Pooh. Yeah, she got me. We all down that grade. We 14, 15 down that grade. We got to get that shot. Oh, Lord.
Right.
Yeah,
I know better than that.
Yeah. So you want to right that wrong. You know what I'm saying? But those kind of things about that. So a lot of people have adult responsibilities, adult bills, and adult problems, but they still have a teenage mindset. Just on some real kiddie shit. They still argue with supervisors. They still cussing out. Just when you see a person, their age, but you're sitting like, I don't see the adult.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And social media exposed something. Some people never evolved, but they just got older. And it just, you sit there and see them like, ain't no way around it. Just because you're 30, 40, 50 years old, that don't mean you grown.
Right.
And people want to be addressed in a certain way as an adult, and you should be. But the way you carry yourself, you ain't getting respected like that.
If you hanging out with these young kids and doing exactly what they do and hanging, I mean, how you expect them respect you because they just see you as one of them. Slick says they are acting out who they really want to be on social media because they can't be that person in real life.
Oh, wait. That's the thing. I'm always about people being happy. I'm always about people being good. So I'm not trying to chastise nobody about being happy where they are in life,
Mhm.
and they done started here and they trying to get there. The thing of it is, when we start talking about, we're talking about just maturity wise
Mhm.
and acting. You know, people can say, "Well, little Poochie, just what you think it this way may not be that, may
Right.
not be that thing." But the thing I always kind of get at barometer, I still go back to the way you acting and the way you act when you're around certain people.
Right.
So
Right.
you around certain, it's just
You
amazing.
change your demeanor depending on who you're around.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely, and that's why I brought up the whole thing with the police.
Mhm.
But you know, sometimes people don't want to, especially at work, they don't want to get that supervisor mad.
Right.
They don't want to get that white man mad.
Right.
So
Right.
they'll sit here and say something. They know how to conform to certain things. And I don't want to just make it no black or white thing, but it can just be anything from
Mhm.
a point where they was some kind of authority
Mhm.
over them. People know how to do that, or for something that they need.
Right.
With certain things,
Mhm.
people know how to act, and I seen that at coaching rec football.
Mhm.
Folks like these kids,
Right.
y'all cussing them out, and 90% of these guys out here coaching never played no damn sports, but they associate it.
Right.
You got to be a tough. You got to do this. You got to
Mhm.
do that. Now understanding, like, one of the biggest things I think young black men really lack, to be totally honest with you, I know how to communicate.
Mm.
So you just cussing.
Right.
They hear your cussing, but they don't understand your message.
Right.
You don't lost your message because that's you just pushing that on them.
Mhm.
The problem come up is they start growing. They don't
They-
know how to communicate to people.
And they use what they
cussing,
learned.
exactly.
Right.
And I, as a true OG,
Mhm.
OG ain't got nothing to do with your age. It's
Right.
how you handle certain
Yeah.
things. I always remember my ex-father-in-law. I can't. I hate that dude. And he used to always throw that thing up to me. Poochie, be quiet. I'm your elder.
Mhm.
I used to be like, you're not my elder. You're my older.
Right. Right.
An elder is giving wisdom.
Mhm.
Is teaching.
Mhm.
Whatever. He just thought he was old. He's just saying the thing.
Right.
Idiot. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that was just a thing about it. It didn't know shit. Had
Right.
never experienced nothing. Didn't know anything that he could give me some
solid
some
advice
game on.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
But
it's
that's
not just him. You've said that about many people. Like, you can't tell me how to do this if you never done it.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I had a conversation with one of my children about that. I said, man, you got to be very careful, man. People can't give you advice on shit they never done before.
Right. Just because
They give their opinion.
Right.
Their opinion or what they think.
Mhm.
I said, but don't you ever put weight on something that somebody haven't done?
Right.
If I could be 20 years younger than you,
Uh-huh.
but because I had experience, I'm more wiser on that subject.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And people have to understand that. But just old and ignorant. It's a lot of people out there like that. And as a younger person, you have to learn how to discern what's what with everything. So we have to make sure that age, to understand that first one, age does not equal maturity.
Mhm.
Okay. Again, the night discussion we're asking, why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? Why are grown adults acting like kids on social media? Feel free to call in. Please call in if you're going to add anything to the
Check
conversation.
that phone again. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay.
Where's the number?
I moved some stuff around, and I didn't know if it had got disconnected, and I forgot to check.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to call in, y'all. 678-740-9894. Again, the call in number is 678-740-9894. The second one is social media rewards childish behavior.
It does.
I mean, let's be real. The system is set up to reward just nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Drama gonna get views, immaturity gets engagement,
Mhm.
attention seeking gets followers.
Yes.
So now people are performing instead of progressing.
Mhm.
And on some real clown shit, man. It is very I'm trying to just think of the exact word I want to use. It's very disappointing
Mhm.
when you see like people doing certain things where you want leadership.
Right.
People get to fighting in public and grown ass folks pulling out phones to record some shit.
Mhm.
I grew up in the era. My granddad said, "You see folks fussing, get the hell away from the fight because you know somebody gonna pull a pistol out or whatever."
Right.
These ignorant folk want to see. Why would you want to see somebody get pummeled?
Everything's performative,
Yeah.
Everything's about that phone and that app, and everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants their viral moment. Everybody thinks that's how you make money. Unfortunately, social media has intoxicated a lot of people to where they think they can get rich quick off of that. And in some cases, some people do make great, go viral and then start making money, but most of the time, 95% of people don't even do any of that. Even if they go viral, they still be the same old person. And I think the whole performative nature, especially when it comes to us as older folks, we get bogged down in that too. We get bogged down into being performative. We want to go viral too. We want to make the money too. We think it's once we go viral, we think it's all the way up from there. And that's just not the case.
Shit, Lab. I don't even think most of them on some money shit. I think they just on some ignorant shit.
A lot of it is a lot. I will give you 60-40 on that.
Shit,
I believe 60-40 because a lot of times people equate going viral to start making money. That's just the way it goes.
All right, just say we use that. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel the way I feel. Mm-hmm. Initially, people say I want to do something to do that. Mm-hmm. They'll find out very quickly. I want to do that. I mean, just say they want to get a video go viral to make some money. They'll find out quickly it doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. So just say if your initial thought that, they'll find out quickly hey, money don't come like that. But they continue to do the stupid shit. Mm-hmm. So I say that to say when you see grown folks arguing like high schoolers, people trying to get validation and attention just from damn strangers, people post about stuff, just for the hell of it, ain't no purpose behind it. All that shit ain't about, money. They just ignorant. Okay. And we have to, and I'm not, like I said, I can roll with you initially. All right. But people find out quick now, money don't come like that. They still keep continue. We've been in the game long enough, you remember everybody over the years, they probably came in with that same mentality and they usually stop. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But once they, they'll do it because like the money ain't there. But we see somebody still doing it, ain't that coming out of it? Right. It's just crazy hell. Sexy Redbone 28 says social media, more drama, more money, more drama sales. And appreciate that. Yeah. That's the truth, man. You see that.
Mess sales. We say that all the time. Mess sales.
Mess sales, man. And people have to be honest with their sales is that when you portray yourself in a certain way, you have to be able to handle everything that come with that. Oh, how man, people look at you, how they look at you.
That's a discussion right there.
Thanks for calling Change the Lives. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, I found worms in my stool the other day.
He's back.
Oh, how you been, man?
You back.
Be a lot better if I didn't have these rectal worms.
Well, that's the best advice I can give you what they say in jail. Just don't drop the soap.
He's back.
Man, we had a good damn serious conversation. Yeah, this crazy white boy calling here. Telling his damn rectal worms. What the hell, lab?
There we go. Yeah. Perfect example. Perfect example. Perfect example of the conversation. Hey, he's got to be in his 30s. Easily in his 30s.
Older than that, man. But that what happened, man. When cousins and sisters and brothers want to have sex and shit like that. But just think about it. Just the behavior with doing it, and we're talking about why a grown adult still acting like kids on social media. That's social media, and you got to be honest with certain things. Like, hey, man, that ain't the move because what I was just saying a second ago. How people look at you and whatever, look at your kids, man. Your daddy crazy, your mom. It seems like it's funny, to everybody looking at it. Right. But then when your mom and daddy get around other adults, they're like, man, look at that goofball.
Right.
That and that.
Right.
The esteem and proudness you might have had for your parent. Now they're around other adults and like, man, they say your daddy act stupid. They say your mama ignorant. Hey, man, why your mama? And you see everybody else, mama, acting like women, and your mama sleazeball, hood rat, this, that, and that. No, real talk though.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So we have to make sure that our behavior and what we do, that shit just don't affect us. It affects family member, our kids, and all that stuff. Because we talking about how adults acting. You know what I'm saying? People don't,
and especially when it's on social media because it's out there forever. People think that a lot of times you can. Or delete it or whatever. It's out there. Think about how many posts that people said some wrong stuff and tried to delete it, and by the time they delete it, it's everywhere.
Screenshot.
Yeah. I mean, it's out there. Once it's out there, it's out there. And a lot of times, I don't think people take time to breathe and be like, man, once I do this, or if I have I have children or whatever, it's out here now. It's like it's forever.
Well, I always say if you got to think twice about it, don't do it. But loud, people don't care. 6 Redbone 28 says, here comes the BS. Yeah. I mean, I ain't entertaining that. I don't want people to call, man.
But I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Mike McCall's Milestones said, laugh out loud. Was that a real call in? What's up, coach?
Hey, what's up, Coach Cal? Hey, what's happening, Coach? Yeah, that was a real call.
Real call.
call.
Happens often.
Yeah. Poor fella.
And here we are talking about why people act a certain way on social media, and we get an example. See, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, I don't think people take time out to think stuff that may be funny to them or may not be a big deal to them. It could be a big deal to could be a big deal to other people.
Yeah.
Like I'm not 35 years old calling to a podcast talking about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not 25 years old.
I think they're older than that.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? But I'm not that old. I'm not even 18 really calling and talking about that kind of stuff. This is, I mean, what may seem, like you said, what may seem funny to you is really a nuisance and asinine to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Like, try to process will make somebody grown even be interested in
it. Right.
But, hey, that's what we're having this discussion. The third point is, and this is what I want everybody to understand, because as we have these discussions, regardless of how many times I say it, people get in their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, man, well, I just want to do this. I want to do that. I can express myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've done, I'm at a good point in life, so I want to do it. The point I want to just talk about is you can have fun without losing your standard. You can have fun without losing your standard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it. It doesn't make you attractive because you show your ass.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you, more masculine because you go out there and embarrass people and do certain things and speak a certain way and carry yourself a certain way. That doesn't make you that way, right? Your standard gonna be your standard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, just real woman that's fine. She fine. That what call ID, like
it should be. Is it up? It's not popping up there.
There ain't nobody. I seen that area call.
Okay.
We ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
The standard you have, You ain't gotta dim your light. You don't have to dim your light to make other people more comfortable. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's what happens far too often. People, feel like they have to. Thanks for calling, changing lives.
How you been, you
That's him.
Yeah, that was him.
It's still him.
I can't see the call out. We ain't gonna major in the minor.
What happens to call ID is usually when the phone rings, it is powered by the light, and it ain't been on. It ain't been down here, so it ain't been powered up a little bit.
Okay.
So
we ain't gonna major in the minor. But at that point, I want to say everything. You don't have to lose. You can have fun without losing your standard. I just want to be crystal clear with everybody, so y'all understand. Ain't nothing wrong with you looking good, staying in shape, enjoying your life, traveling, laughing, being successful. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But there's a difference between enjoying your life and living for attention. That's a difference.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
You enjoying your life doing them things. You lost some weight. You got some money. You have to just say, ain't nothing wrong with it. But when you live for attention, that's different.
Right.
Okay? And you're going to move differently because grown energy looks like discipline, self-respect, intentional behavior. And that's just how that is. It looks totally different. Not look at me every 5 minutes.
Right.
Hey, I got this. I got that. Man, I'm telling you something. I seen there's a pastor's wife. She divorced a pastor, and she's like in her 60s, and she's just like, "Hey, I was married to a pastor. That's her thing." And a lot of people explode on TikTok. Go ahead, everybody was in the house during the pandemic, so it was easy to just get hooked on stuff, seeing it.
Right.
But this woman, like in her 60s, and she wears all these sleazy outfits and all this stuff, and she looks like her 60s wearing this sleazy outfit, and she just so stuck on. I get it.
Right.
Mama, you took care of yourself and this, that, and that. But them things hanging and dangling.
Right.
Hey, she's looking like
she's trying to be free.
Hey, like a little keychain. Two little keychains hanging on there.
Shan said she's super proud of you. Hey, Shan, appreciate you tuning in.
What's up, Shan?
Hey.
What's going on? I appreciate that. Again, I think it's cool to feel good about yourself. But when we start talking about things about attention seeking and everything like that, again, we're talking about why adults acting like kids on social media. You don't have to do that. I'm not trying to regulate how anybody behaves.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what you think is good is silly. And you gotta, and you, like I said, I keep going back to this point now. You gotta be prepared for what come at this. Now, you want me to respect you as a woman.
Right.
Everything that you say, this, that, and it's not a right or wrong and different. We just gonna be straight up because it's the same shit you tell your teenage child, right?
Right.
You want to see and show your booty shots, you in your bathing suits, you in your panties, this, that, and that. And when a cat come at you like, you know
Like
what I'm saying,
that.
like you a hoe,
Right.
oh, that you disrespect me, this, that, and that. But what would you tell your 15-year-old daughter in regards to this, that, and that? Oh, well, she can express herself. Nah, you need to understand what come along with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You fine, you fine. You fine, you fine.
Right.
You ain't gotta sit here and let everything hang.
Right.
You did one
fine is fine. It ain't flashy. Like they say, rich and wealthy it's quiet.
Yeah.
Fine is fine.
Yeah, you can wear some plain shit and what's popping is popping.
Right.
I'm not saying, hey, don't wear a bathing suit you at the beach. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I am saying you better understand what come along with certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and they go for men, women, guy. You want to show all your stuff. You want to get all your stuff, your muscle popping, this, that, and that, everything. You're gonna attract certain things that's what they want. And they say, man, these chicks here, they ain't.
Or it might not even be chicks.
Hey, damn, man.
Sometimes we gotta think. I don't think. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I said earlier,
threw me all off with that.
I don't think. But it's a part of the situation. I mean, we gotta realize that. I just don't think people really take the time out a lot, especially when it comes to social media, and think about stuff or think about the way things are going to be perceived or think about how that's going to affect them in the future, especially nowadays. Because now, jobs are looking at your social media now before they hire you. Like they're literally saying. They're literally finding you, so they ain't necessarily asking you for it, but they're finding you some kind of way, and they're looking at your social media before they hire you now. So a lot of people don't take any of that kind of stuff into consideration. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people even care, but certain things you have to think about. Just taking a moment to think about things before you do it sometimes will keep a lot of BS out your face.
Well, like I just told you at the beginning, shit, mofos ain't got common sense. I'm a firm believer that 85% of this world do not use logic.
Right.
They just impulsive, emotional, and do certain things. When they say something to me, they did this, that, and that. I'm going to show them. I'm going to do that. You ain't got to respond like that. You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I understand getting mad. I understand getting bothered. I get it. But everything doesn't require a response.
Right.
And I think that people know over the years that have seen a lot of stuff that been done with me publicly. And I ain't got time for that.
Right.
I ain't got time for that. Like, for what? For what? I lose my focus with doing that. And but I do believe everybody, if you feel good about doing certain things yourself, that's fine. But understand, and I can see that with I see a lot of chicks I know, like on their TikTok, and they getting a lot of attention. I think it's cool. You feel good about
attention
yourself.
Is addictive too.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the whole point of that. Like, are you living? Look at me every 5 minutes. Just do it. But you got to understand, again, what come along with that.
Because Milestone says the problem is social media push the negative energy more than the positive, and people know that, so they don't care.
Yeah, but unfortunately, again, when we start talking about adults are what? Supposed to be leaders. They're supposed to be the ones that set rules, set standards, and create certain things for current society and in the future. And when you got folks, you're like, man, this joke here ignorant. With doing stuff, you got to be very careful with that. I don't think a lot of people put in their minds like, hey man, what I'm doing now, this creating these certain things, we're doing it. People have to be very conscious about when you put so much stuff out there, how people's reaction going to be. People like, man, look good, man, you lost weight, man, proud of you. Right. That cool. But then you also can get, depending on where you go with it, I want to show myself in my thong and all that.
Right.
Oh man, like you just said, now the boys hitting you up and all this other stuff.
Right.
That ain't what I wanted.
Right. But that's the attention you're gonna
go. There you go. So just got to be conscious of that. Just be conscious of that. Again, this ain't no judgment or anything like that. We just having a straight up conversation. Hey, won't somebody call in? I had this damn guy call in. Somebody call in, please help me out. 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. Why are grown adults still acting like kids on social media? The next point is the lack of leadership. Right? Lack of leadership in adult spaces. And here's the real issue. A lot of people just don't realize what you just said, Lab. Somebody is always watching you. That can be kids, family, community. People just don't realize folks are watching you. Damn, what they hear you say.
Right.
Is what they see you do. That's what people got to understand. So you feel like you on some grown folk shit, this, that, and that. But what people see is not there. And folks just really don't be sitting there moving like that. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that get lost so much.
That
you know
get lost in translation real hard. Real difficult. Like, yeah. I don't think people. I don't know why us as adults, as older folks. And I get it. I'm 55. I don't want to get older. I'm blessed to be getting older. I want to be able to still do things, that I probably used to do at 25 and not get looked at a certain type of way. But I think better of it because I am this age.
Yeah.
And I want people to realize that I'm not going to do anything that's going to embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about this. If I'm out doing crazy stuff and always acting stupid on social media, how reluctant are you going to be to ask me to go place? Like, you hang out at cigar bars and red doors where $1 million deals are being made. First thing ain't gonna come to your mind, man, let me invite Lab to this. If I'm acting stupid on social media, if I'm acting dumb on social media, you're gonna be like, nah, I can't invite him because I don't know how he's going to act and embarrass me. You get what I'm saying?
Impact me big picture wise.
Right.
That's that Lab. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I deal with a lot of kids at the schools, and I love, especially going to the high schools and talking to the young folks. But you got to get them sometime with the bruh, hey, look, I ain't your friend.
Right.
I don't mind. I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
But I can't act like them and then check them on that shit.
Right.
Because why? I'm giving again what I say and what they see, two different things. I got to carry myself like a man.
Right.
Hey, sir, this, that, and that. Especially if one of my OGs talking to young folks. Hey, the man 70, 80 years old. Then been there, done that.
Right.
I need to shut the hell up for real.
Right.
And you have to sit here and set those kind of tones with certain things. But if I'm sitting here, I'm damn. I see these cats my age or older. They got the hat, this,
and
that,
you
and
turn
that.
your head
like a goddamn clown. But
I've seen people that age recently with their hat. I was like, why is he got his hat turned like that? Walking into the store like.
And you want them to sit here and how address you like you a real boss,
right?
Not somebody that got a good high income. Not nobody that sit here now they done made they got them an LLC.
Right.
It's a certain way people gonna carry themselves. They know, okay, that's a man.
Right.
That's a man right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of cats say they are, but when they get around certain men, when they get around certain women, they can't even open their mouth and talk. You gotta ask them, man, what you say? They loud as hell.
Right.
But then when the standard come around them, hey man, what you say? They gotta ask them to repeat.
They whispering.
Yeah, because they don't really know.
Or they don't even know how to even interact.
Hell no, they don't.
Look at that kind of crowd.
Hell no, because those people that actually be there, not trying to clown you, may ask you a question or say something to you that you're very uncomfortable asking because what you just said you don't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what people have to be very, very careful of, man. That you gotta make sure whatever pathway you're going in life, you understand that there are people that are going to look at you and you have no idea who they are. And look at you, look up to you and stuff like that. So regardless you want to be or not, somebody you have some kind of impact where you mentoring them. Bad mentor, good mentor, or whatever. You got to be mindful of that. And I just think far too often people don't think that way. And you can't be that damn stupid because,
surprised.
When I, a big one, like you go to thanks for calling Change Your Lives. Who am I speaking with?
Hello?
Yes, thanks for calling Change Your Lives. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, this is Mikhail.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Hey, Coach, you gotta cut your radio off because we get the feedback in.
Oh, okay. I got my other phone going on there.
Yeah, you gotta cut that because we getting it back in the feedback. What's going on, brother?
Nothing, man. I just want to make a few comments on that.
Okay,
on the conversation.
Cool. Floor is yours. What's happening?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I believe that it's because of the value system, the things are the way they are. I think everything's turned around, it's flipped. Everything's about money and purpose. People don't have purpose nowadays. and it makes them, they really truly don't know what they're doing because they have no purpose in life, and that's my take on it. And I've gone through it myself, so I can definitely relate to it. But I'm not going to be out there acting like no fool at the same time.
Yeah, when you say purpose, what do you mean? I'm gonna tell you what I'm wondering. Hell, they might be thinking that is their purpose,
Right?
To sit here and act silly, So they may look at it like, okay, hey, this is my purpose. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna clown people. I'm gonna cuss in public. I'm gonna show my body parts and all that stuff. When you say purpose, like my mind, I'm thinking that's that purpose. I just don't think people think about the impact that they purpose,
right,
good or bad, or how they look at it. Because a lot of people, when they find something they like doing, they do it. Now, the big picture, impact, long term, how it goes, I don't think they really even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just once folks start, because if you have never been getting attention, now you're getting attention. If you got opportunities and now you're getting opportunities, right? Those kind of things, it can be addictive, right? So I just don't think people understand. Like, okay, you can get it, but then we'll come along with it,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's
well,
like
I'm not the most.
I'm listening, brother.
No, I'm just gonna say I'm not the most religious person in the world, but at least when we was coming up, we did believe in something. There was a moral compass, and there was a value system that we stood by, regardless of how you live, and that does not exist anymore. And I truly believe a lot of them really don't know. I mean, I think they're lost. And not only that, but there's no consequences. The only consequences that people are seeing right now is that the police is out there shooting somebody or what they show on TV. But people need to understand that there's consequences to all your actions, regardless if it's negative or positive. And I just believe that they just don't have a clue. I don't know.
No, I agree with you, but also I think people on that the consequences is not gonna until you see it. See if you deal with it, like Lab was just saying, because you don't get a certain job opportunity because what you posted, or your kids do get picked on at school, or if you do certain things, you go to your child's school and the principal see, oh, you the one that do the OnlyFans and all this other kind of stuff and everything like that, and you hear the whispers in the crowd. Now you're sitting there like, damn, like I'm making money, I'm having success. But my child kind of looking, everybody looking at my child like, hey, man, exactly. I remember the chick from Atlanta Housewives or whatever the thing, or Atlanta Love and Hip Hop or whatever. She did the porn video about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And, like, she got a child. And, that's the thing, like, hey, man, and I think there was a little girl at that time. She was a little girl. But just imagine kids got access to your mama having a porn tape,
right? And it's still up.
Kids are brutal.
It's still out there.
Yeah, and it's just to say, well, I got paid this. That's the justification. Well, I made this kind of money. I got paid that. Like, there's no value on the damage that can do to a child knowing my mama did this and he cast. And we got to think like that. We started talking about as adults, like there are ramifications of all that. Sex Redbone said,
right.
Yeah. Y'all check out Mimi Tate and all her action.
But I think the problem we have with that part is that you have some people who have made sex tapes who are billionaires now. I mean, I don't want to say her name because I don't want her to sue us, but you think of KK, Kim. She made a tape. She worth $1.9 billion from that initial tape. So those things like that make people think, I could do it too. You get what I'm saying?
Like, Mimi got paid too.
Yeah, but she ain't. But a lot of times, if I see Poochie do something silly, and all of a sudden he getting tons of offers, he cashing $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 checks from doing something stupid, then I'm going to try to do it too because I want the same thing. It may not pan out. It may not even do the same thing that you're doing, but I'm gonna try it because it has made you money. You get what I'm saying? So that's the ripple effect of all this stuff.
Yeah, like you talking about Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Such rebel asking. Well, to that point though, Lab. That's the thing about it. We got to get away from the thought process of money. But they got paid to do this, they got paid to do that. Because at the end of the day, money come and go.
Like Coach said, we flipped upside down now. So money's first.
Yeah, but see, we ain't. People are. And we got to understand, be very, very careful there. Because again, money can come and go. But your reputation and all that other kind of stuff can give and at the end of the day, you determine how much weight you want to put into that, right? So you just got to be honest with yourself. Because again, like I just gave a straight example, that can have a crazy impact on your child. Well, we got paid. That's how we pay for this, that, and that. Nobody don't care. Nobody don't care. Real talk.
Because we would even know Kim Kardashian if she didn't have that tape.
Exactly.
Well, see, that's the thing about it. Like, she known for what she want to be known at. But, again, a family like that, just those probably, they already have money. So some doors already got access to it, but they wasn't hurting already. We're doing it. And they could be doing.
But people don't see that part. That's what I'm saying. That's the people don't see that part. They only, like we always talk about all the time, Pooch. People don't see the journey. They only see the end result. We talk about this on all your shows. They don't see the journey. They don't see what happened before. They only see the finished product. So I get what you're saying. But if I'm not Kim, if I'm Yvette and I see Kim do that and make a bunch of money as Yvette, I'm gonna try too. If I think I could get away with it, I don't know that. I don't care that Kim had money before. All I know is she got this amount of money now, and I at least could get 10% of that. I'm doing good. So that's the ripple effect of the negative, messy stuff that happens on social media.
But they still would know that there's some kind of negative impact gonna come from that, right? Man, let me tell you something. Just with that logic. A chick, nice looking chick, a cat say, I'm gonna offer you some money to sleep with you. At the end of the day, she said, man, he gave me this money, but at the end of the day, he go back and tell everybody. Everything, he done made a tape with her, he done did this, that, and that. Now, at the end of the day, she knew that, okay, this cat might do some kiss and tell and say all kind of stuff.
You ain't.
My who?
He's still phone.
Oh, hey, Coach, I'm close you out. I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Yeah. Good work, man. I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll talk, brother.
All right. Yes, sir. Yep.
We don't want to have them hold on.
I got you. Well, you have somebody else say, okay, cool, I did this, that, and that. They knew, like, okay, like something bad could happen. But even say the enticement of the money and everything is still there, right? People know. You made that determination. You say, okay, no big deal or not. I get what you're saying, Lamb.
Right. They know, but they don't care.
But you got to live with that. See, Lad, there are so many things. Man, let me tell you something. I've been in business over 20-some years. Man, do you know how much BS I could do and make all kind of money if I doing some fraudulent returns?
Right.
You still got to. You have to know. I'm not denying people don't care. I'm not denying it, but that's why we're having this conversation. We got to get away from that.
Right.
That's why we're having this conversation, because the shit you think so good or happen in the grand scheme of things, it's not even worth it. You can't get a reward or something right now confused that something's going to be detrimental to you in the future.
Right, and I get that. I understand exactly what you're saying, but what I'm saying is when you enthralled in the moment, you don't care about that. I'm giving you a good example. We talked about back in the 90s and being in the trap and all that. Of course, they probably knew that there's something bad was going to happen, but am I thinking about something bad when I'm counting all this money? No, I'm not. Am I thinking about something bad when I got a nice car outside, all my bills are paid, my stomach is full? No, I'm not. It's just the way. It's just the psychological way of things.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with you, Lab. Because if that was the deal, most people sell dope. I do think, along the point where you're getting at, this is my opinion. Because I think everybody would, if that was the thing, okay, because those things, because if I know I can make all this kind of money, most people would have sold drugs, right? But or just say, okay, they selling sex or whatever, they would do it because that's the fast money. People more so look at that and they'll just more so maybe do something they feel like they can get away with. That's the thing about it. So, like I say, just the thing, like, okay, that ain't gonna come back to me. So if I can just do this and I ain't got to deal with it later, they might be a little bit more open to do that. But I think most people do have some kind of compass. It's just more so if they feel like it ain't gonna, something gonna come back to them. If they feel that way, we're doing it because with that, everybody be robbing, selling dope, and if it's something that they can get away with,
right,
we're doing it. But if they, something they kind of like, okay, well, look, I just do this one time, ain't gonna be no big deal. They might do it then.
Slick says people will record you before they ask you if you need help. People glorify going to jail, and people will sell their soul for $1.
Absolutely, all the time. You see that, and that's always their justification. And like I said, the reward they're getting is right now, not thinking about how detrimental they're gonna be for in the future. That's why I want to have these conversations because, you sitting there showing it, making these videos, young lady, one day you're gonna be a grandmama,
right?
Hey, bro, you doing all these kind of videos and showing this, whatever. Someday you're gonna be a granddaddy. And how do you want them to look at you?
Right.
And if your justification was I got paid for it and everything like that, you got to be able to handle the reaction that come along with it.
Right.
You got to be able to handle the reaction that come along with it. I just want everybody to think on that. Again, a nice show we've been talking about why grown adults still acting like kids on social media. The last point I want to bring up, guys, is personal growth requires accountability. And that's one of the biggest things. A lot of people just don't have accountability. You got to own your shit. Folks don't want to own their shit because growth requires you to ask yourself, am I evolving? Am I improving? Am I someone people should look up to? Especially your close family, family members and friends and your kids, right? Or am I just chasing attention?
Right.
And because attention doesn't build wealth, legacy, respect, it just builds an audience, and there's no real impact on that, right? So you got to be able to sit there and say to yourself, like, I did this. Like to that point, I did this for money. How that happened? I messed up. If you own your shit and okay, man, I can't do this kind of stuff. Man, I got children out there. Like, hey, man, I'm out here. I can't be making some of these videos. I do sales for this company, and I can't be putting myself in certain stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just can't do that stuff because you being accountable. The impact of that, right? That's the thing about it. Personal growth. I'm telling you guys, you got to be able to do it. If you own your shit and you know what you're responsible for, there are a lot of bad decisions you would not make, period.
Slick says parenting age is younger. Grandparents isn't the age that Big Mama was. So that has a lot of impact on a lot of this stuff that we're talking about as well. Like when I was growing up, if I had social media when I grew up, I don't think I would put half the stuff on it that people put on it now because it wouldn't be me that I'd be worried about. It'd be it'd be my best friend's mama worried about her seeing me, or my grandmother giving me a hard time or embarrassing her. And we had that when we were growing up. Which you think about it, you talk about your granddad and grandma all the time. You wouldn't have did nothing that was going to embarrass them. Like it's just not gonna happen. You don't want to do nothing to where grandma going to church and they in the church say, well, we saw Pooch on that social media, Miss Burden and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that ain't what we talking. We talking about the old folks doing it. We ain't talking. We not talking about.
I get what you're saying, and
because that's a different discussion,
right? Okay.
When we talk about our children on social media, we want to do that. That's a different discussion. We talking about us.
And Slick says,
you get what I'm saying? Our peers,
our peers trying to be friends with children and people that's young with them, and those kind of things affect it too.
Yeah, because like I'm gonna say this, I don't want to get it confused where people may be doing a little TikTok dance challenges. I'm not
right.
We talking, we talking me acting a plum damn fool. Like I've seen these videos, grown man cussing folks out, calling woman bees, this, that, and that. I gotta go fight this dude. All y'all 40, 50 years old, and I gotta do this back and forth. Man, let that shit be.
Right.
Let that be. I gotta go make some money. I got bills to take care. I got a family to take care. I can't afford to be arguing with Lab and get my ass fired, locked up. I got responsibilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, no, I sit here and my son see me arguing back and forth. Now he gonna be doing something a little silly ass shit. Like, no, son, let that go. We gotta make money. We got bills to take care. We got responsibilities, right? I make a bad decision. My bad decision affect y'all. I can't afford to do that. That is the most stupidest shit to be able to tell your child in jail, well, he said something to me, so I had to do it. That shit's stupid.
Yeah.
So why do that? I gotta make sure my son, whatever, is there. I gotta make sure my daughter's straight. I gotta make sure the house and all this other stuff together. I gotta make sure that I get all my credentials together so I can advance my career. And there's nothing in the world that Lab or any other person can say that can make me do something different to do that. Nah, I ain't studying them.
Yeah, Bucket Bus Hunt. Him and I'm sorry, I was gonna say the right name wrong.
He-Man. What's up, Bucket B?
He-Man says because they still think like a teenager.
Yeah, but that's a lot of people though. What's up, Bucket? What's going on? I give you a call tomorrow, man. Appreciate you tuning in. But that's a lot of folks, man. That's a lot of folks. You know, it's crazy that sound and stuff like that. People just don't process like with certain stuff.
Yeah, they don't. I don't like I said, they don't take time out just to think about the effects. And they don't like. I'm gonna give you a good example. First, Mikhail Milestone says, "I agree with everything y'all saying, and it's time for us to start calling these adults out. They're not going to take accountability, but we need to make them accountable." And a lot of times, and I agree, but a lot of times when you try to make people accountable, they think you just, you know what I'm saying? They think you just beating up on them, or people don't want to take accountability for foolery, the tomfoolery. They just, I don't know why. We see you doing it. It's on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't get it. I'm going to give you a good example. The other day when I was driving to work, and I drive to work, I go to work early. I leave here at 4:45 to go to work because I want to get there early and get out of there. I'm driving to work, and this guy's just acting a plumb fool. Like, he is really, I mean, it's 4 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Why are you he driving erratic? He out in and out of the lane. And I'm driving normal, so I get out his way. And he jump over in front of me, so I jump. And then all of a sudden, he want to pull up and start yelling, calling me all kind of names. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm usually with the shits. I'm usually with it. I'm usually okay with it. But I just thought better of it because I was like, you know what? He get hurt. Because once I click on crazy, it's really hard for me to click it back off. So I didn't want to do that on my way to work. And I'm thinking to myself, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, dude. You woke up this angry? Like, you got up this angry to have a hard time to cause a problem with somebody at this time of morning? Like, and I thought better of it. So I kind of slowed up, let him do his thing and all this other stuff. But he was blowing at me to get out the way. And I'm like, it's a car next to me. There's no way I can go. Literally, it's traffic at 5 o'clock for some certain reason. All of a sudden, everybody want to be at work early. But there's no way I can go.
Yeah, and you got to be careful how far you want to go in them conversations.
Right.
With people, man. Like, well, won't you click on your crazy? Because they might got a crazy too.
Right, and we both crazy.
Yeah, we don't go nowhere.
Right.
But in all honesty, I just say this go for anybody. You cannot fix shit in your life until you own it. Like, until I say, okay, I'm wrong with this, let me know how I can fix it. But if I feel like it ain't no big deal or whatever, we're not going to fix it because I'm cool with it, or I don't want to address it because you said it, or somebody else said it, right? But you got to be able to own your stuff. Accountability, man, is crucial, man. And when you're in a situation where, okay, you don't feel like you've progressed professionally, you don't think you've progressed financially, you don't think you've progressed health-wise and stuff like that, own your shit. Own your shit. Because we can't, you get laid off or because they're doing downsides and you get a diagnosis and all that. You can't control that stuff. Right. But when you start talking about the things that, hey, maybe I need a budget better. Maybe I need to work out. Maybe I need to, take a class or two or whatever, improve some stuff. You own your shit. Right. And that's when you can fix it. And people really, 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 really do not want to own their shit.
I agree.
Oh, man, you see folks.
I'm guilty of it sometimes.
Yeah, but you see, when we're looking on social media, grown folks start talking about, well, the white man won't let me do this. The government taking this. And at the end of the day, this man didn't do this, that, and that. Right. You hear some, guys talking about what the ex-wife done did and took this, that, and that. And you still, damn, bro, a couple years ago, you ain't make that money back. Right. Hey, lady, y'all, yeah. You ain't did this.
Try something else?
No, people just, own your shit. Own your shit, man. So look, man, for more great information like this and great discussion, man, make sure y'all go to Change Your Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden on YouTube. Give me straight live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. I do want everybody to go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you leave something in the comments in regards to how you feel about the conversation tonight. Since nobody wanted to call in besides Coach Cal and everything.
And we need y'all to also, you see that plaque right there?
Oh, yeah.
We need y'all to get your Chain of Lives, get one of them plaques too.
Yes, sir.
We need to make sure that other channel get one of them 100,000 subscriber plaques too, please.
Yes, sir. What we at 25, 28?
28,000.
28,000. Yeah, we got a little ways to go. We're gonna get that.
Right.
Make it, brother. Hey, double silver. Double silver. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I work hard for this.
Right.
Yeah.
Slick says, Poochie, people out here don't really have the thought process you giving them credit for.
No, I like I said before, 15% of the work function in logic.
Mhm.
I get that, but just going up, I ain't saying everybody got developmental issues.
Right.
But I just think we have too many people that go on impulsive behavior
Mhm.
and don't use logic and stuff like that. But that's why we had these conversations.
Mhm.
Where we want to help people, and hopefully they fix certain things. We're doing it. That's the whole point of having this conversation. But now the shit I see on a daily basis, hell, I don't be shocked by nothing. Like, I see dumb motherfuckers all the time. Yeah. Shit, what you say?
Right.
What did you just
Right.
say, huh? No. And a dumbass person is always like to get a dumbass audience so they can feel smart.
Right.
I see that on here, man. The government said this. If you drink this kind of tea tree root, it'll make your all your cancer go away.
Right.
Or you'll lose some weight.
Right.
You just boil this, boil that, this, that, and that. And that's what I did. Get the fuck out of here. Right?
Right.
hey, man. And then they get asked the question about, okay, that's a scientist. Okay, what chemicals, what is that induced in the body? Like, what it is? I just boiled some tree root
and drank it.
Yeah, and it worked, man.
Yeah.
Be careful, people. Be careful, people. Think, talk to people. Do your research. Don't be afraid to question. But when we start talking about what we're talking about tonight, guys, understand the impact that your decisions make. Today is very, very, very important. And if you do not take today serious, you would do something today that you shouldn't do that could be extremely detrimental to you in the future. So you got to be very, very careful how you handle today. Definitely got to do that. So I just want to leave everybody with that. Make sure you look at it from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I love you all. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, even with the other platforms, go check them out and everything, because everything doesn't have the same thing on it. So definitely go there, subscribe to it. Love you all. Be safe. Talk with you soon. Yeah.